What's up, Muscle and Strength? This is four-time world's strongest man, Brian Shaw with Redcon1, and I'm gonna give you an example of what I would cook for lunch. Now, I don't really have a lunch because I'm eating so frequently, so maybe this would be lunch number one. Let's call it that. So let's go ahead and get started here. What I'm gonna start with, and basically every meal for me includes some type of red meat. So this is ground bison, and it's really good stuff. So we're gonna throw in the pan here. I think these are, it's like 2.5 pounds total, so just over a pound each package. So I'm gonna throw those in. This meal is an example of something I would do in my diet. I'm leading up to a contest, but this is normal for me. The only difference is leading up to a contest is we may bump up the carbohydrate a little bit more, but typically, and maybe the portion of meat a little bit bigger, you know, as we get closer leading up to a contest, just to push the calories a little bit more. But overall, it's you know, pretty standard for what I would normally eat. Next thing with this, we're just going to use some salt. So that'll be really the only seasoning, you know, that I'm gonna throw on this. Everything gets weighed after I've already cooked it. This meal will be 12 ounces of bison. Definitely have that ready to rock and roll. And then I'm gonna portion this out and do roughly 3 cups of rice with this meal, which is a little bit higher quantity of rice, but again, I'm in the process of bumping it up before I compete. So 3 cups of rice, which basically covers the bison completely. It's definitely a lot of rice. On top of that, I've got just some organic baby carrots, kind of depending on the size. You know, I normally do 4 or 5 of those with normally about 3 meals during the day. On top of this, we're just gonna dump some organic chicken stock. So this is gonna make this meal, I think it makes it delicious, but it also makes it a heck of a lot easier to eat. We throw the chicken stock on top here, and I normally don't really measure exactly how much of the chicken stock I'm putting. I just kind of know now. That's probably about a cup of chicken stock. Just got to grab a spoon and then go to work. So the eating is the hard part. I always say that, you know, compared to you know, the training and recovery work and all of that outside, the eating, I think, is the hardest part because it's constant. It's all day. You got to stay on top of it. So this is work for me. So it's a big part of my day, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. And now I'm gonna go eat this.